Hello again, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I'm Jack Talcott. Today with some renewed inspirations. As I mentioned in my description today, I spent the day kind of in solitude. Just me and the spirit. Sitting in silence, enjoying the sun, feeling the peace of nature inside my home and out. It's been a beautiful day. More challenges. Life is tough. Life is tough for everyone, but that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Get back to what I feel is important for my purpose being here on YouTube, to discuss God, consciousness, ego, spirit, maybe even to try and share some of my faith, because I've received faith. It's a gift. It's a gift I have chosen for myself, and I am abundant with faith. Generous. I'm generous too. And I think the world would be a better place if there was more people like that. Generous, faithful, kind, caring, compassionate, fearless maybe. Remember the live without fear thing? Right? There's some value to be found in there. So I've been settling more and more into me, who I am, what might be real. And I know what's real in the world today is different for many people. What used to be real for me in the past, what used to be important for me, doesn't mean shit today. My perspectives and my values have changed, but I know that I'm only me. And I know in the world out there, and I know in my memories, there was a lot of times where I felt challenged and alone and afraid, very angry, very negative. Because this world, we were born into a world of punishment, of suffering, illusions of scarcity, brainwashing, competition, and violence amongst the species. I glance down to the chat and I see mental illness and suicide awareness is with me. Yes, we live in a world filled with mental illnesses, and it's time for people to become aware of themselves and each other, because this is our lifetime to change things. This is what I realized for me. The path that I'm on, I'm just an ordinary man. I'm just a guy like everybody else, living an experience as me, just like you're living an experience as you, and Biden's living an experience as him, Trump's living an experience as him, so are all these other people, the soldiers, the children, everyone is living an experience as them, and we are. And so what I want people to start trying to think about is your mind. Not your opinions, not what you think is going on, but what is real. What is real is external to your mind. Okay, what is real? There's a physical reality we are all sharing, right? We've all got different opinions, what different things mean, different words mean, different people mean in our lives. Everything is, all the meaning of the external world exists within you. Okay? Your entire world, your entire life, your entire experience is within you. All of the past, the memories, the things you ignored, the things you've forgotten, it's in there. There's a knowing within you. And yet, what you are, what I am, is unknown. It's unknown to anyone outside of you. People don't know what's within you. You don't know what's within me until it's offered. And if you're hearing what I'm saying through these skewed views of me, if your opinions of me as a messenger are keeping you from accepting the words I'm saying, then I guess you're not ready. Please turn to God to help you increase your own understandings, because understanding brings the knowing. Understanding brings the peace of knowing. Okay, so in the realm of the mind, in the realm of thoughts, there's ignorance first, and then maybe some confusion, some rejection, right? Beyond the confusion, you reach the understanding. And in the confusion is the chaos, the disagreements, the conflicts. But once the understanding is reached, there is a strength and there is a peace that's achieved. and it's a fun game. The game of intelligence, the game of knowledge and ascension, and increasing the level of your consciousness. What are you aware of? How much do you know? What is within the limits of your mind? More importantly, what is beyond the limits of your mind? Because beyond the limits of your mind, that is where your growth in intelligence is discovered. So we live in a world where brainwashing and conditioning have created billionaires and celebrities and authorities that are all worshipped. Time, energy, attention, resources, all dedicated to these false idols. What we should be worshiping, in my opinion, and what I believe I am here on earth to share, now that I've discovered it for myself, what I believe we should all be worshiping is knowledge and love, the two unseen forces of creation that help all things evolve, knowledge and love. Learning new things makes us accomplish greater things. And we are here to do greater things than those who were before. So these words I'm saying, they are reformed through this vessel, right? Information was received through me, through my unique perspective, processed through the intelligence of my logic, my reasoning. You've got the same things. The only difference between us is the time I've had to learn and to stop and think. It's been an adventure for me, to be quite honest, but where I was going with this brainwashing thing, and I got distracted by the negative. It's not a negative, it's a fact. In the past, children and children of today, in the schools, in the churches, and in the homes, they are taught to obey, not to think. The only way you can obey is to remember. So the programming and conditioning has happened by developing our memories, which is a good thing. It's important to be able to keep track of things and have specificity, the ability to recall specificity developed within a young mind. It's important to develop methods of learning, though, more so than memorization, because when children are taught to remember so that they can obey, then they're also often told not to ask questions. And when a child is taught not to ask questions, but to simply remember and obey, they start to feel alone. And there's grown children, adults, men and women who go into a new area, new employer, whatever, and they're just told, do this and obey, don't ask questions, and they don't think. Thinking is the free man's gift. If you want to become free, free your mind. So where I was going with this also is not only break your patterns of focusing on the past, because when you're focused on memories, you can create a habit for yourself within your mind that confuses you. It'll hypnotize you, put you right to sleep, going back and forth between memories and imagining memories, remembering imaginations, and then imagining memories. It's nonsense. Your life exists now. Not around the world, not in Washington, D.C., not at the courthouse, not at the tax office, not at the bank. Your life occurs now. Wherever your body is, wherever your mind travels to in your consciousness, your body is where you are. So it's best to keep your body, or you keep your mind focused on your present moment. And as a matter of fact, you can escape your body, dissolving the memory of you as a being. Just become one with all that is in the moment. When you become one with the moment all day, like if you're doing a task, you just, okay, this is my task, I'm driving to work. Become one with driving to work, right? Enjoy it. Allow your mind to do what it must, but enjoy the moment. And when you get to work, become one with the task. Enjoy what you're doing, and then allow your mind to drift to beautiful thoughts. But also, when you allow your mind to drift as you are one with the moment, ask yourself, what other options are there? If I'm committing my time to this, what else could I be doing? Because until you know that you're in the right spot, until you know what you should be doing, you have a feeling of unease. But once your mind brings clarity to your choices, that I'm responsible for this, I'm here because I chose to be here, I'm doing this because this is what I chose to do, I committed myself to this task. Well, once you're responsible, you have freedom to continue or to leave or to do as is best. But you must accept responsibility. You can't be doing things because someone else told you that's what you needed to do. So one of the things we're taught here is to focus on the past, and most importantly, if you open your eyes, there's nothing but negativity. It's in our movies, it's in the media, it's in the news, everywhere. Nothing but horror and shit show, to be honest. But the negativity exists, as does the positivity. So if you want to break yourself away, if you want to become free from this dysfunctional society, break yourself from the negativity. Recognize it exists in the external world. Evil exists. It does. And you're going to learn about it. Maybe you have. Maybe you've experienced it. Maybe you've committed it. Maybe evil was within you. Maybe it is today. It's known as anger, fear, resentment, revenge, It's all nonsense. What we are is the spirit of time. We're the spirit of love expressed as life, experiencing this time together, all as one. And there is no separation from me and all of you who are listening, and all of those who don't know of us or me, all of those who are just continuing their life right now that we've never met, never heard of. They're part of us. So when we focus on this negativity and we allow it within us, and we allow our time and energy to be focused on it, where time and energy is focused, growth occurs. So you'll see more negativity, you'll hear more negativity, you'll feel more negativity, and being full of negativity, you're going to share more negativity. I see many negative people on these YouTube platforms. Paul Unslaved, thank you. Many of you know of me because of him, but he's a beautiful example of a very negative man. When we focus on the negativity, we miss opportunities. We miss the moments of opportunity to be grateful, because gratitude feels good, man. Gratitude feels good. I'd rather feel grateful than afraid. And I feel grateful that I allowed myself to feel faith, to have hope, to have faith in things imagined. You guys don't know what I've seen, but I've seen this. It's not seen physically. I have faith in that which is not visible. I have faith in the unknown, those things that I believe are possible, because if you look in the world today, all things really are possible. It's time for humanity to humble ourselves to the Creator. And really, guys, holy cows. I've got people back here, they've been patiently waiting, but my thoughts just keep coming. The story of Jesus, man, all you Christians, all the Christians, all the Muslims, all the people who know of the prophet, the man described as Jesus or Yeshua, who walked a couple thousand years ago, and the one who supposedly or prophesied to return. But really, according to the story, he never left. When he left, his spirit was here for us to accept, as the story goes. So to follow Jesus, to follow the Christ, holy crap, guys, it's really simple. So simple. It's so simple. A child could figure it out. As a matter of fact, the child knows how to live like Jesus until his parents and teachers brainwash him, or the media brainwashes him or her to live like Jesus. 2 rules, man. 2 rules. And you can sum it up to 1. Love. 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 Do you know what love is? It's a good time for people to join. Welcome, my brothers. I've got John Vance. Thank you for returning again, my friend, and jolly good vibes.
Good evening, everybody. Jack, you are on day 8 and you're having an amazing time. Brother, I am so proud of you, and I am learning so much from you today. Forgiveness is on my mind. I have chose to forgive myself for being such an ass. I'm going to be on the Good Vibe Tribe, and from now on, Jack, I am not going to pull the unslaved treatment on you.
Your words are hollow and empty, and I don't know why you felt I needed your approval.
Oh, it's not my approval, Jack. I would never try to give you my approval, sir.
Right. So why did you come up here and offer empty praise? Do you have anything of value to offer the people who are sharing their time and attention with us today?
Well, of course. Of course. I have wisdom just as you, Jack. See, I follow the spirit just as you do.
Well,
that's a different light.
Whoa, that's inaccurate. Okay. I don't want to claim it's inaccurate, but you're confusing yourself, because I know that you are a confused man. You're telling yourself, you're trying to convince me and others to believe that the spirit guides you to be an agent of chaos, a disruptor, an interrupter, a man who offers false words, and you were just talking shit about me earlier in chat today. That's right, Moose. You're a damn liar. You are serving the Lord of lies instead of, as you claimed, the Spirit of truth. That felt good to say. John, how are you today, my brother? I see. Well, let me give a couple minutes to the chat here, if I may. I saw Joe Cool in there. Hey, John, there you are, brother. You're muted, though, or something.
Hello? 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 Oh.
I think we got you now, John. Someone had you turned way down.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hear you now, brother.
Hello?
How are you today?
Okay. Sorry. Yes. That's just basically the example of a devil imitating the spirit. You know, people will go in and they will, offer empty words and praises in order to divert you from the straight path, as the Muslims would say.
John, I think you're right.
I think, you know what? I really need like everyone talks about like a restart and stuff like that. I think actually I'm Muslim. I don't know if you knew that, but Ramadan's coming up, and I think this Ramadan I'll really need a cleansing of fasting and getting perspective on things, because sometimes I just go on and I'm trying to find a solution, find a direction, and wherever I go, I just end up with a dead end. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just
No, John. I want to encourage you. That was
okay.
What you're describing is actually what I'm doing a poor job of expressing. I feel it was the same inspiration I received earlier, though. Guys, there is a time. This is the time. Go within and figure out your connection to the Creator. And the best way to do that is kind of what you were saying, John. Commit yourself. If fasting, cleansing, committing yourself to the unknown, trying to, with the purpose, and use the word God or whatever is the name for the vastness and the infiniteness of that which allows us to experience life. Please, John, I encourage you. Go within and seek your relationship. Establish your personal relationship to the Creator. And hey, we've got another guest here, identified as your daddy.
Oh boy.
Hello, your daddy. Welcome to the panel.
Jack, you are so duplicitous, it's not even funny.
See, once again, as you were saying, the false light. A man who claims to be a good man, presenting himself as the accuser, the divider. Honest
you
people.
It is there a saying that you are defined by the company that you take in, or that you ingest information from.
Well, John, that's very true. And that's one of the things I noticed about myself experiencing time on the Paul Unslave platform. And this clown that keeps coming up here, we'll call him Moose. That's the result. That is the result of the false light being appreciated in this time of confusion and darkness that we're all experiencing here in humanity. People are following the wrong people, in my opinion. That's why we've got the damn governance and corporate corruption that we have today. Hey, here's a good addition.
That was good. Oh fuck! I forgot to put my headphones. What's up, bro? Y'all hear me? I didn't put my headphones in.
No worries. Welcome, brother.
All right. I was gonna ask you a favor, bro, and I'm gonna need to put my headphones in if you agree to it. Moose has never been anything but kind and respectful and stuff in front of me. So if this is a moment where he chooses to be a bad guy, I'd like to see it and question him about it, if that's okay with you.
I would be honored and appreciate your suggestion. Welcome.
Joe, it
What's-
is an honor to see you, sir.
It's always been with you. You know, I admire the fuck out of you, Moose. You have you have a great story to tell. But I gotta tell you, I don't know. I think highly of you. I'll just try to say it straight out. I think highly of you, and after what you've been through and the way what motherfuckers gave you shit when you're trying to get your shit started and the attacks they were put on you, I would think you'd be the last motherfucker to be over here trolling this motherfucker for what he does. I could be wrong. I am interested, and I wouldn't even gonna hop on panel because I love John and Jack impressed me so much yesterday. I was content listening to them niggas from chat. But if you're gonna give them shit, I want to know that you're doing it in front of me, man. I wanted to see it and hear it.
Well, the thing is, Joe, is it's a weird dynamic here. You see, he has all the power, and he has the control of like kicking me out,
Fuck.
bringing
Wait.
me in,
I'm
muting
sorry.
me.
Most, I'm sorry. My girlfriend's uncle just passed. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go.
Oh
I gotta be
shit!
there. All right. I'm sorry.
Damn, Joe.
Joe,
We'll talk
please.
soon.
All
Take
right.
it easy, brother.
Thank you.
Holy moly! All right,
My
Jack.
prayers-
Let's
hold
go
on,
through
hold
this
on,
before
hold
you
on,
kick me out.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Our prayers for Joe and those he cares about. May they find strength facing their losses. God bless.
God bless him, man. That is some tough shit to just find out.
Well, maybe not for him, but for those he cares about, I don't know. I mean, everyone's got their own way of dealing with things, but you know what? Moose, before we get back into what was just discussed, that is something I wanted to point out.
Hey, let's go quick though, Jack. I'll be real quick about it. I'm not going to be disrespectful. I told you I was
Well,
going to stop giving you the
hold on a
Talcott
minute.
treatment,
Hold on a
and you
minute.
threw
then.
me out.
Hold on a minute then. Here's what you said to Joe is that you come up here, you made a reference to I have the power. Well, you know what? Your reactions to your perceptions is what I have a problem with. You don't need to come in here and try and test me or try and buck the authority of me. And all I'm asking for is order.
I mean, that's fair. That's totally fair, Jack.
Thank you. That's all I've ever asked for was order and an opportunity to communicate like adults.
Yeah, man. So I was being serious when I came in here today. I know, you hear it every day, right? You hear it every day.
Please stop. You don't need to keep defending yourself or justifying yourself. Your guilt is for you to deal with. Now,
no, I'm not guilty. I'm just saying.
Let's move forward away from your opinions of you or me. Opinions
Yeah, that's a good idea.
help people. Facts help people. Hold on a minute. We gotta.
Yes, mate. I texted her. If she calls, I'm gonna have to jump off. But I thought about it. You know, I should give her a minute. I texted her and told her I'm so sorry. If she calls, which I doubt, she says she's hyperventilating and crying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to call her though. I want to give her a little moment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, brother. Sometimes it's tough to know what people need. I get that.
Yes. I know.
And if you feel the need, bounce. Whenever, you don't even have to say anything. So go ahead.
I just lost my old man, and it took me. I went to Arkansas. I was there for days alone. I was going off fishing every day alone. It's before I want to be around somebody. So she knows I'm here for her. I texted a couple times, and she might need to work a little bit out on her own. Plus, I say this, and Jack, you would know this because you're a kid of God too. I really believe that you and Moose are my brothers, like my brother is my brother. I don't believe that we're separate in any sense and all of that shit. And it's, I don't know. And I believe you guys are both good souls and shit. So I believe this is important. If I make sure you two are on the same accord, this is a worthy endeavor as well. I really like Moose, man. I really do. He's never been nothing but kind and all of that shit to me. And he's always his biggest self. It came honest. I appreciate you, fucking Moose. I used to love your room. I don't ever see any things from you anymore.
It's coming. It's coming, okay. I promise.
All right.
But first, Jack has been treated terribly by me, Joe.
Right on.
Me and Jack have gone,
Jack,
round and round.
Let him do it. I appreciate time too, Moose. Let him get it out.
I'll be quick, Jack. I promise I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I'll be fast. So I've treated Jack like crap a lot because there's a few things along the way that triggered me, and I haven't let him go. Like
Very
the
good,
fact that I told him that I was going to help him with his son, try to get him back connected. I tried calling a couple times. It didn't work. I didn't really go the extra mile. I could have, put in a little extra work and probably done that. But Jack kind of threw it in my face real fast, and I got pissed off. No, Jack, I'm not. Hold on, I'm not saying.
Yeah, he's good, Jack. You probably
this is my own stuff.
You probably tried to call him twice more than the rest of us did. So don't kick yourself too bad. Continue your story, bro.
Yeah, but so I was Jack brought it up in a live stream because, he thought that I didn't have shit to do or whatever, but I had some shit going on with the family, so I didn't really have extra time that weekend, and I kind of took it hard because I was like, man, I'm willing to go the fucking distance for you, and you kind of kicked me, for doing it because everybody else was fucking with them too. Everybody else was giving them these false promises and shit. And I was actually being genuine about it. And so it kind of really stuck in my craw. And then Jack doesn't even understand why I'm pissed off.
Wait, it might be a little time for Jack's response right now.
Sorry, Jack. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry for taking your time. Go ahead.
No, you're doing well, Moose. Relax.
Well, the excuses you blamed on me, I disagree with. I extended you considerable patience because I know, just like you've said, Moose, you're aware. I've had a string of people lying to me my whole life, but especially the past 5 years. You know my status, you knew my story, and actually what I was trying to communicate to you, and when I repeatedly asked you for conversations, was an opportunity for you to better understand the uniqueness of my situation. But instead of allowing the opportunity, and you overlooked my patience, my kindness, my offers to you as well. Remember me helping you with encouragement, with your
own
recovery. I offered you personal support.
That's true. That is true.
Right. So you're wrong about what you blamed on me, and
no, I'm not blaming you, Jack. See, I was saying I got triggered, Jack. You're hearing it wrong. I got triggered at something that I perceived a certain way, Jack.
Thank you. All right. Fair enough.
So I'm not blaming. I promise you, I'm not blaming you. That's why I came back. I keep coming back because I'm trying to make amends, but I don't honestly think that inside you believe that I want to make amends. So half of me doesn't.
I see that every time.
Half of me doesn't want to make amends, because I'm kind of playing the Joker here because I'm kind of thinking you want me to play this part.
Honesty, Moose. I love it.
I kind of think you want me to play the part, Jack.
It has the ring of truth. Everything you just said is the ring of truth.
It does, but please, Moose, recognize when you're wrong. I want you to make amends. Moose, when I first reached out to you when you were still tight with Paul, I don't know if you remember that, but my purpose was from the beginning to try and find someone to help me communicate with Paul. Now, when that didn't work, I turned away. I gave up on Paul, and that's when I started trying to find people to help me speak to my son again. So you didn't help me at all with anything I've asked for, Moose, and I'm still anxiously awaiting for anyone on this planet to stand with me and say, hey guys, I was wrong about Jack, and you guys need to start paying attention to what he's doing. But till that happens, I'm alone and everyone thinks I'm a fool because I believe we can end the wars and end the oppression and slavery. But one man against the world is a fool.
Jack, I got an olive branch that I hope you take seriously. How about me and you schedule a one-on-one interview for you on my channel? I got a couple hundred viewers, and we'll promote it, and it'll be a one-on-one with me and you, and it'll be cordial. And if you want to open the panel, we can. And it won't be a crazy mess. It'll be get down to know Jack, you know, in a respectable fashion. We're not going to make fun of you. We're just going to get your story across.
My story is already told on my channel. Feel free to promote my channel and encourage people to investigate my videos.
I do. I definitely do.
Moose, thank you. I received your offer of an olive branch, and I see nothing of value offered to me.
All right.
Whoa,
See,
whoa. I got it, Moose. I got it. He's trying to apologize here. You're making it very fucking difficult, Jack.
Well, I respect that opinion, Joe. However, Moose is thinking about himself. He's not thinking about me. My goals is not to get a viewership or get a bunch of fans here on YouTube. My goal is to create a community, to take some actions, and to move forward towards the goals of ending wars and oppression, online or offline. Now,
and don't you think with an ally that would help? Wouldn't that be a benefit, not a hurt you? That would benefit you, wouldn't it?
I can do that without you. I don't need you for that.
Moose, are you doing this just to impress Paul Enslaved?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's what it comes across as.
Why would I do that?
Because there's lots of bootlickers before, and there'll be lots of bootlickers after.
Are you kidding?
So obviously, Paul's project is he wanted to convert Jack into his camp, and so Moose wants to get points with Paul because Moose had a falling out with Paul, and this is basically the hidden dynamic of his motivation of why he is kneeling to Jack right now. It's a nice gesture, but there's a knife behind the back.
Yeah,
obviously.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
It has nothing to do with
Let's
Paul.
hear Eric. Let's hear Eric, please.
Let me say something to Joe.
Yeah.
I love you, bro. JC.
Love you back. Love you back.
Your initials. I'm going to call you JC.
A lot of people do.
Listen.
Yeah.
Moose is what he is. From my perspective, he's a typical millennial on.
He called me a Jew.
No.
He did. He's all, the first time I saw you.
Oh, now you want to see. There you go. You just exposed. I called you a typical millennial.
He said millennial.
On this one you did, but on
a
different show.
Okay.
Hey,
we can rewind the tapes, bro.
Don't get sidetracked, Eric. Don't get sidetracked.
I think John just called him out very specifically.
Right.
Here,
let me give him some honesty. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to give him some honesty.
No, I'm gonna give him some as well. The one
listen, let me just finish.
Go ahead, Eric.
I just find what he's doing, it's very typical of the age that we're all in and his age, and I find it disingenuous to the max.
All right. I thank you for that. I see Moose as a person like everybody else. I don't expect perfection. I prefer motherfuckers to fall, and this is the clumsy steps of getting back to where you go. So I hold nothing against them. And I did make the same observation that if you were serious, you would have said, Jack, we're gonna do it one-on-one, or you would have just started and doing it without his shit. You'd have just started being that guy, or you'd have had that one-on-one in private. Whenever my friends do that, listen, Joe, we're gonna get it together. Let's do it on my show. I immediately get leery as well. I got
Thank
a
you,
lot of
brother.
those.
Hey, that probably says better than what I was even thinking.
Yeah.
I asked for a private conversation, and this fool wants to come up here and make me into a clown. He wants to talk shit about me and my name on all the platforms I've seen, in the comments and the chats. He's always bad-mouthing me.
Yeah.
And wants to call an invitation to his channel.
Yeah, I'd be spooked. But I'd also,
you're right. That was bad. That was, you know what? That was bad. That was really bad. I'm gonna actually, I'll do better. I'll do better.
Yeah, right on, Moose. It's just a misstep, bro.
And to support Joe, I'm not trying to beat Moose up either. He's a man like everyone else. But where I'm at, Joe,
I got you.
If you're not with me, fuck off. I got no time for you, Michael.
That sounds like Paul right there. Be the fuck, careful. Right? If you're not with me, you're against me bullshit. Fuck that.
Well,
He's still part of the whole.
He's proven himself over and over to be against me.
See, that's the part that
he
I don't
needs
see.
to respect the fuck I've been so forgiving already.
Now, let me ask you, Jack, during these times, because apparently he's been over here, he says for days, he's trying to apologize. Has he been talking shit about you, as still in chat saying negative shit and blah, blah, blah?
Yep. Right. Saw it earlier this morning.
Moose, would you agree with that? Oh, that was interesting, Jack. Moose, would you agree with that? That even though you come on here and say, I want to apologize, then you're going to chat me that bitch ass nigga.
Well, the thing is because every time I try to apologize to him, like, it blows up in my face. So, you know what I mean? So just like the drama keeps going in a circle.
Moose.
So you can't blame just me.
No, hold on. You know what? I'm actually kind of, Joe, I appreciate your efforts, but I'm really about done with this kid.
No.
Do you? No, do your thing, baby. I feel you, Jack. I appreciate you giving me those few moments. I feel like I learned a fuck ton right there. I'm good.
How about you just? I'm perplexed here. That a young poser is a oh yeah.
You got the greatest names, millennial poser. You got the greatest names, bro.
This is YouTube. Number one, you don't go around attacking people like Jack Talcott, number one, online. That's a sick beyond the pale behavior pattern in this digital realm. Anybody that engages in it is a piece of trash.
Most people do that.
Let me finish. We can get a little angry and, say something. But a concerted effort in the digital realm is sick, it's twisted, and there's something else going on there.
Concerted and strung out, right? And
hello.
Yeah.
Well, here,
if I yield.
What we're witnessing is the human ego. The human ego that's been conditioned in this world to fight.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The spirit in us, it knows unity. It knows perfection. It knows peace. It knows freedom. Yeah. Our egos in the insecurities, they're always fighting, always competing, always trying to establish superiority.
Yes.
I'm not trying to establish superiority with anyone. I'm trying to convince everyone to be equals. Share time with us together, right?
Yeah, here we go. The Chi-Com Bo. Okay, my name is not Bo Shane A, and I'm out of Chi-Com, you filthy piece of trash.
Where did this come from, Eric? Where did that come from?
It's in the private chat. It's fucking filthy.
So was that more important than what I was trying to say?
I'm sorry, because this is trash.
All right. Well, please go ahead and go watch the chat. Jesus.
This is the thing I like about Jack's platform is it offers a level-headed, mature way of handling people who are egoic in their dealings, and it can be a little much sometimes, but I think I this is my second day here, so
I was about to
who
say
am
I've
I to
only
say?
been here
I'm
twice
not
at one
perfect
time
either.
for
So,
5 minutes. So
but basically, like honestly, like I have mad respect for Jack for the abuse that he's taken from all of us, and maybe I was a little too crass, and I apologize for being that. And I have to say that there is definitely a wisdom to what he's saying, and it's deep and profound. And
there's a wisdom. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
May I offer something on this?
Sure.
John, you're right. You, if anything, you were one of my big triggers. Okay, over on Paul, I'm not gonna lie, I got pissed off at you, but you showed up here, and I don't know if you even started with an apology. You just
beat that guy.
Me a different person.
Yeah, that's what I was advising Moose to do. Just be that guy. You don't have to proclaim it and go tell everybody, and certainly not go live to show it. Just be that guy from now on. Yeah. And if he's in chat saying that he is not being that guy, I thought that was interesting.
This is actually who I am. Like, I think humans can be very complex individuals. People have said that I have many layers to me, that I have different personalities to me.
Yeah.
And that's true. I don't view that as a weakness of any kind. I've even been criticized for being hard to imitate, other than my head close to the camera like this. Right. So I view that as actually a compliment, because I actually do bring value. And how I guess maybe I could tell a little bit of my story is I first started following Paul Enslaved. Like, he started like doing like legal lawful stuff, and driving without a license, and I kind of got some pointers from him, like how to handle yourself in court and all that. Right. And then he just kind of just decided to go into this psychoanalysis phase of some sorts. Yeah. And I guess, you could describe it as like it's a one-trick pony in a way. Like, sure, yeah, maybe it triggered, you know what, maybe he was right to some extent, but what they say, a broken clock is right twice a day. And it seems like he's just been, now that spending time with him, and me and you, I mean, Jack, maybe you can attest, maybe you have a different experience, but with me anyway, it just seemed like it's just the same old kind of player stuff. And he even described himself as a feminist, which is kind of a red flag to begin with. And he berates men all the time. And it's almost like anyone he sees as a threat, that he either tries to convert or he just shuts them up and puts them in timeout, basically. He's not actually engaged in actual mature dialogue like here.
Interesting.
Hey, and everyone, I'm figuring out what works for me on this platform as well. Okay. I've muted people and put people in the back, and later looked at it and recognized maybe that I was triggered and reacted wrong. But we're all doing our best, and we got to figure that crap out. We got to make our best better. It's as simple as that. And John, what you said, human beings, all of us, we are so dynamic. I mean, there's a comment here. Something about you, John.
Which one?
Here.
Do
you suffer from schizophrenia? Talcott literally screamed at the top of his lungs at you and horribly disrespected. Yet here you are, ganging up with others that hate Paul. So creepy. Well, admittedly,
I don't hate him.
Yeah, and I don't hate Paul either. I don't think anyone hates Paul. I don't respect a man who manipulates facts and overpowers others for the purposes of making them feel belittled, even if his intention is to make
That
them
second
strong.
part was interesting. The first part, the fucking with facts, I don't know about that part so much, but yes, he feel like his duty to chastise motherfuckers. I would agree, and the way he does it, you characterize it well, to belittle you and make you small, and yeah, that's the way he chastises motherfuckers.
I have little respect for that.
I think there's a tool. It's a time for everything. Every time I can't go over there, you can't be using a hammer. Sometimes you got to use a wrench and a screwdriver. I don't see that, so it makes person my ears up.
Sometimes it's got to be a scalpel and a sponge, man.
Yes, right.
You know?
I mean, you got to have many tools in that basket.
Yeah, and Jack, you were talking about being our best selves, right? But you were also telling me how you wanted to talk to me and get through to Paul to be his best self, because you wanted to take him to the next level, because that's what, right?
I used to think Paul could be reasoned with.
Of course, he still can.
Not with me,
I was
not
gonna
alone.
say, you may not be the guy for it.
Well, hey, actually, let me finish this thought. I thought Paul could be reasoned with and brought with me to DC and perhaps even the UN, because I'm going there. Once I already have many ways of getting there. Yeah. So far, no one has believed me or cared to know.
Oh, I believe you. I'll drop you off as soon as I get my car running, nigga. I'll run you to DC. I ain't been in a while. I got a friend there.
I want the people I know, they can fly me there.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of getting people's attention. And the way I think we can get attention is through connections and relationships.
Right.
But everyone I know from the past has broken relationships and connections with me.
It's life. Suck it up. Who the fuck niggas call being human? Everyone lets you down all the time. That's part of life. We all have that same story.
Oh, I know, Joe.
All right, so niggas gonna let you down 77 fucking times. Don't fucking whine. I understand. I get that nigga some air cause he's toxic, but yeah, fuck that. You gotta get back up, even with that same guy.
Well, Joe, I am up. This is my whole point. Yeah, I know. Motherfuckers turn their back on me. Hold on.
Down so many
Hold
times.
Hold on, Joe. So what? It's my story and it's a fact. Don't react to the facts. People fucking betrayed me, but here's where it brought me. It brought me to today, where I'm here sharing this platform with you guys, with words about consciousness.
Yes, that's all I see you talk about, right? Wait, let me interrupt you, bro. Whatever knock motherfuckers got on you, you didn't, at least to my knowledge, even do a panel. When I saw you, I come over and you do what you just did earlier. You'd go live for a second, say some positive shit. Every time I've come over here, you talk about positive slit, or either the Paul shit, but 90% of the shit you are talking about, God and the way we can better ourselves. You can tell a tree by the fruit that it bears. Right? You can tell it's an apple. If I see an apple tree, there's apples on the fucking ground. So I couldn't, I couldn't underestimate you or whatever, man. You show and prove those things that you are. You don't be over here that I see. You're in your feels about Paul's, but I'm a grown man. I understand that shit. But when you're doing your other thing, using your other tools, they are all gold. When these niggas ain't under your skin trying to pull you off and make you angry, all you can talk about is positivity and God. I mean, that's the truth. Whatever knock y'all got on Jack, that's what I've come to see him.
Thank you.
It's true.
Well,
have you drafted a letter of the UN yet?
No.
I would probably start that.
Great. That's great. What's the letter gonna say? I'm interested. What you got an idea
on this?
Hold on. I mean, I'm learning to trust my path. I'm not, and I conserve my energy. Yeah. Okay. I've not spent a lot of time trying to figure out exact words, because I don't even know who I'm going to talk to.
And fuck the letter. But let's assume that all right, we're gonna draft. What ideas do you make it in there?
I've already been kind of talking about that, but number one, secrets must end. We can't accept living in a world of lies anymore. I chose to rid my own life of lies. I don't accept my lies, and I don't accept the lies of others.
All right, Secret My Sin, and that was dope. What else you got? That was dope.
Well, to follow it up, I mean, I have no degree, but if I envision going there with the support of people with authority and accreditation. Okay.
I hear you.
Because I don't have the psychiatric degree, but
to be taken, I hear you.
To be taken seriously, right?
Okay.
I can present the case that proves that explains the human mind, it explains science, it explains consciousness, it's all logic. Everyone should be able to understand it, but without trust,
they're not going to hear you.
They don't hear me. But the point is, we need to end legal secrets because number one, it defies God, and number two, it has resulted in the insane condition of the human ego. Humans are insane. By embracing and fighting for the ego, it is a sign of insanity.
Is this still part of the letter, or are you just like?
Well, this would be the conversation. I'm not talking about sending a letter. I'm talking about
conversation, but even if you get conversations, you only get a couple minutes. You have to pack a lot of dials in there. You're concise. If you're thinking you're gonna sit down and have brandy with you, you're insane, right? You get a fucking minute or two if you're lucky with all those guys.
Please.
Yeah, you have to be.
That is not what I'm seeing, because what you're talking about is the old ways where I'm coming in pleading to the bosses, and that's not the case.
So tell us how this is going to go down.
Well, this is going to be a reminder to that these people with wealth or position, they're human. They're no different than me. They're damn equals, and we're going to have conversations like human beings.
Wait, Jack, let me interrupt you. You imagine it, multiple conversations with these guys?
You could probably go up. You could wait for them and ambush them, and like you could start having a conversation with them,
bro. But you're talking about multiple conversations because you brought a couple good doctors and shit with you. They see that shit every day.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Everyone that they see every day is backed up by the greatest scientists in their country, right?
No.
Yeah, but he's just saying he just wants a conversation with them. I'm just saying, like, he could just meet with them in the street.
No,
and then he could start having a conversation with them, and then maybe have dinner with them. Who knows?
You get 60 seconds, 2 minutes.
It's an idea.
We could spend 6 days talking about ways to do it. I already know ways that should work. If anyone ever wants to help me,
I'm interested in a way. And listen, I can tell
is there a way I can help, Jack?
Hold on. Jack was supposed to answer how this is all going down.
You, Jack, when you give me your answer the way it works, I'm going to test it thoroughly. Do not get upset, right? It will be challenged. I want to hear these ways. And I can say that because everybody's thought, I want to go to a head leader somewhere, and this is how everybody's envisioned that.
Then let's do it. I'm not making excuses to hold myself back. This is what's going to happen. Yeah. How's it going to happen? I don't know. But I know that there are hundreds, if not thousands, maybe even infinite ways for this to be accomplished.
Perfect.
All I know is
my ass is perfect.
What's that?
He said perfect. I say my ass, that's perfect.
Well, he's imagining lots of different ways to accomplishment. Right. He just has a creative mind.
He's imagining no ways to accomplish.
Hold on, bullshit,
None.
Joe.
Nah.
Name one.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'll answer this question. Convince this liar to follow through with his words, or any of the other liars who have committed to helping me speak to my son. Get my son in my life. Get me one human being in this world that's next to me, and I'll change this fucking world.
I'm working on it.
No, fuck that. I see at least 2 on panel. You say the other cats, Moose is nefarious. I see 2 niggas next to you right now. What do we got to do? We got to do it your shit step by step.
Here, tell you what I need, for my ideas to work, I need someone who trusts that things can happen. Okay.
We all do. We're for kids
All
of
right.
God. So we live there. So I'm
Well,
with you so far.
Well, the connections I have, I've explained many times. I've got connections in DC through my former employer, through my former National Union president. They know my name. They avoid my calls, just like Moose did, just like my son does, just like everyone else has. So that's one way. Another way would be getting some journalists involved, you know, getting a call to action out to the masses that, hey, guys, we can end secrets on this planet in this lifetime if you guys get off your ass and try and get involved.
John.
Speaking to the masses.
All right, John, we're going to go over those two ways. John, the first way that he said was to go through the people who know him and the connections that he has in DC. The people who he know him right now, he says they all turn his back, blah, blah. Meaning it's possible. I believe in God. That's years down the road. Assuming he starts working out to rebuild all those relationships, that's years away. The other one was through his connects at the fucking DC. They won't even answer his calls. Again, you have to rebuild relationships. That's time. So we can throw that one out the gate if we're trying to look on what's expedient. And the other one was to go through the press. That's a good idea. But how? Right? Everybody thinks you can call Channel 5 and get a seat with UN. You cannot.
Well, there's lots of citizen journalists out there. You could just network,
That's how
right?
I would do it. That's how I would do it. Yeah.
Hey,
or
guys,
whatever. I mean, if you can find a mainstream, there's maybe a local mainstream outlet might cover local, maybe.
If I may, please.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can think of your own connections, your own ideas.
Because
I've been to the media. I've been on social media. I think I've got a hell of a story. I've reached out to producers. I've reached out to journalists. I've tried every direction I can think of on my own.
Yeah.
And
here's the issue.
What's that?
If you are reaching out to journalists and people you don't know, you don't get those minutes of conversations to tell your idea and your story. You better start thinking concise message, kind of like that letter. You get a nigga on the phone, whatever your grandiose idea is, you have to be able to tell them in 60 seconds, assuming you get them in front of them. At some point, you gotta realize that and hit a motherfucker in the first 60. Fucking when a record come out, they say you get 10 seconds a motherfucker listen to it before you turn it. That's real life too.
Joe, hold on a minute. Hey. Your imagination is illogical from what I'm.
Go ahead. I love that. Go ahead. I love logic. You got
Jack. Have you actually done that? Like Jack, I've actually done activist work. Like I've actually been an activist, and that's how you do things. You send people letters. You tell them in concise language what you want from them. I've
done all that. Yes,
I've done this a million times.
Yep.
And obviously, honestly, Jack, I haven't done this stuff in a while, and it'd be great if I could help you and get on this bandwagon because I need to be doing something, man. I'm sick of fucking being on here, man.
I want to ask
just do something.
I love
what?
It.
Jack,
let's talk.
By the way, I don't want to. You didn't have to re-feedback the thing. I just noticed that today, but I wasn't expecting it. So, John.
Yeah.
Why are you looking perplexed?
For what?
No, hold on. I mean, Jack, you.
I didn't follow the conversation. I got a moment.
You said you sent it back. Something I helped you with. You sent it back. I wasn't looking for.
I know. Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
John, so your activism, what's it been involved in for, if I may ask?
Political party.
I love it.
I'd rather not say for legal reasons right now, but a political party.
Man, you're going to come to blows on that shit. I don't believe in political parties. I think they're the most evil shit that,
It's activism.
It's
I actually went to protest. I've actually been going. I actually went door to door. Spoke about the party platform. Went to protest. Gave out pamphlets. you know, network with people and like followed certain like people in this in the sphere kind of thing. So like I have experience in it, but you know, since after COVID, I've kind of lost the mojo, if you know what I mean. I don't know.
I do.
You know.
Hey, can I jump in here?
Oh yeah.
Because what you guys are saying is true, but I want to come back to what Joe was presenting too.
Okay.
I used to do the activist thing too. I mean, those things. I was a union leader. I was involved with the labor council. I was out on picket lines. I've been to the congressional offices. I've done my stuff. Okay. I'm going a different direction this time because the ways that I've tried in the past, they were not working. So I'm going a different direction.
All right.
Now, to address what you're talking about, yeah, I know. The way that things are, we've got this hierarchy BS. And with that, people in positions, they've got demanding schedules. So they limit the amount of time very shortly.
Yes.
I understand. I've been dealing with executives and people in position through my past. I understand how to deal with this, but I also know that the topic of global change, the opportunity to be able to truly change the world, is a pretty damn important topic to discuss.
Why would they assume Jack can do that?
I'm going to convince them they can. Just like I want to convince everyone else who's out there listening, you can change this world, and it starts by changing your world.
Listen, that is the only way to do it. The only thing you truly have control over is yourself. So if you're going to influence anyone else, it's by controlling yourself.
I agree, Joe, man. Yeah. You know, the whole I'm just one man, whether you're male or female, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Sorry about that. No, I'm just one man. Okay, yeah. I mean, you know, people will say, well, there's power in numbers, which is also true, but also power in numbers is groupthink and hive mind. So it's a trap there.
Agreed.
You know, just let me finish. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
No, we agree. We agree.
Hold on. No, Jack, I'm not done. I'm just saying.
Well, continue and stop making excuses for why you're not continuing.
Because you start shaking your head.
Well, please continue and ignore me.
Saying nothing.
You're looking for Jack's approval or what?
No, I don't, you know, when I'm speaking, I don't want to see somebody. I haven't even finished my thought.
I was loving it. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is,
yes.
People say, well, I'm just one man.
Yeah.
Which has truth in it, but one man can do something to a degree. Just like, you know, there's power in numbers. I agree with that as well. But also power in numbers becomes another trap where it gets infected with, you know,
groupthink, pick a leader.
Exactly. And it gets infiltrated and corrupted and all that. So, I mean, night. See, okay, I'll yield. So you want to shake your okay? Go ahead.
I really want to see Jack change somebody's mind in the UN, even if it's just one person.
I want to change
one
person's mind in my life.
Like I say that genuinely. Sorry, I wasn't being facetious.
I believe that, and I would love to see it. I would, you know, I'm a kid at heart. I would love to see that moment.
Help me change one person's life in my reality, and I will try.
My ass, blow me with that weak ass bullshit. Blow me, Jack. That's lame. Are you telling me that the only thing holding me back from this U.S. dream is because one person in my life, if that would change, I would change. That's like the whole who we talked about. I've been a hoe for 35 years, but
please,
when I stop, I'm gonna be a good wife. No, it's not a thing.
Please, I know there's so many things that I'd like to say here. I'd like to address
don't do too
Eric
personal
was saying, and I'd like to address what you were saying. But
all right. No, take your time. Go ahead.
I recognize what I'm saying may conflict with many people's beliefs. However, I can only speak honestly, Joe. Now, my life story is what it is. I've explained as many ways as I can. I'm at the mercy of the world, and the world to me is those that God allows me to experience in my day. Okay, the people in the past, they don't exist in my reality anymore, but you guys do, and whoever else I might have spoke to today. And I've spoken to many others today, and I'm still trying to find people to help cooperate with me instead of tell me I'm wrong or what's wrong with me. But when I find one person to cooperate, I believe that will start. You know what? And actually,
Yeah.
you know,
Let
that's
me in.
Jack's way. That's Jack's way. I'm sitting here today. Here, what brought me up today, Joe, with the purpose of consciousness, ego, spirit, and God?
Mm-hmm.
That's my purpose. I was actually going to cut this off earlier,
Yeah.
because my purpose is already fulfilled. As far as I'm concerned, I'll go back to being one with God, and God will bring me my next adventure.
That's all great. Can we talk about the UN shit? That was all fine and dandy and lovely. Can we talk about your path to the UN shit? That's what we were talking about. You were trying to tell me that if one of us, and the way we help you, because we're down to help. The way we help you get that conversation with the UN is to patch up a relationship with someone in your family. Nonsense.
It's one way. All right.
Does that get you to the UN?
Then don't try that. Come up with something else.
Defend your logic. How does that get you to the UN?
Doesn't matter. You think it's nonsense.
No, defend your logic like a man. Fuck what I think. Battle your shit.
Relation.
Do it with the UN.
Okay, Joe. What will change this world is connections and relationships, which open up doors of communication. Through doors of communication, the truth can be mutually exchanged, ideally with the purpose of agreement.
Yeah.
And through the resolve and agreement, brother, we start unifying people and overcoming the divisions that our ego mind
I know all that.
created.
I'm sorry. So if you'll allow me to encapsulate what you just said,
please do.
If one of us could bond, that we'll pick a family member. We'll say your son. I don't even know if you have a son. If one of us could build that relationship with your son, that would light a fire somehow, or a light that suddenly through unity, you would the rest of the unity would spread, and you'd be in front of the UN. Remember, my goal my question is, how do we get in front of the UN? So are you telling me this relationship with your son is going to light something in you and change people all over the world? Can you be more specific?
Well,
no. Let me continue. Yeah, go ahead.
The reason I think my son is the most logical person on this planet to try and help me succeed. I mean, after all, if I can save and purchase the home that he was raised in, I would love to pass this on to him. So the most logical human being on this planet to work with me would be my 20-year-old son.
Yeah.
So I don't want anyone to reach out and establish relationships with him, but I'd like someone to say, hey, I've come across your dad, and when was the last time you tried talking to him?
I don't think this gets us to the UN.
5 years. But
it's a beautiful thing, and it's a great way to help Jack, and I'm down. But as far as the conversation we have in here, but besides, we can get off of that one. You and John seem to believe you have many ways. I say that first way is fanciful and long term. Give me another way. We don't have to.
So
anyway, tell you what, if anyone can believe that secrets should end, see what you can do. Find a way, talk to other people. See, there's a guy named Jack Talcott who believes that if given the opportunity, he can present the case to help convince.
You can't present it to me.
Says who?
Says me. It takes you what? How long is it going to take you to present it to me?
Joe, hold on. Here's the difference between you and the people who I intend to talk to.
Yeah.
You don't accept responsibility for your job, and you shouldn't accept responsibility for the job of the world. However, those men and women, they are responsible for the state of this nation. They are responsible for the direction and the corruption that we're all witnessing.
I'm not sure how that distinguishes them from me, other than them being more powerful. I'm not responsible for my job. I am my job, right? I hustle. I don't make money unless I do my job. And whatever the other one you said, whatever, I disagree with that one as well. But how does that, if you can't, and I'm much nicer. These guys, you're gonna have to understand that these guys have been listening to people in their ear forever. They're damn near immune to it. They've been bought out by big corporations, big pharma niggas, way more talented than we are in there, with millions and billions and trillions in big pharma dollars. They have their own agenda. You and me, we don't understand the complexities. Hold on, let me finish. We don't understand understand. I'm saying they're telling us, these big people in the UN are going to tell us, you don't understand the complexities of the world stage. Why would I give you my ear? My point is, I'm a better target than they are. They'll be more difficult than I am. You can't convince me. I'm not sure you can convince them.
Right. I know.
So I'm not saying give the fuck up.
Well, it's bullshit, Joe. That's what everyone's telling me. This is my dream, and everyone's saying, don't do it. They're either saying, don't do it, or go do it yourself.
No, fuck that. I'm down. And listen,
hold on. Let me just.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry.
So, is the goal here for Jack to communicate with somebody within the UN in New York City, or is it?
Yeah,
I think that's the goal. Yeah,
it's clear.
I want to start with the United States, the citizens of a United States government. I think the Capitol building would be an easier first step to reach the UN, and a more logical one as well.
All right, so that's why DC. You said DC, or the Capitol building.
Somebody, Chuck here said that the USA doesn't listen to the UN. Well, yeah, that's
UN runs the country, runs the world. Stop.
No, wait.
Hey guys, please.
Citation.
I kind of want to wrap this up, because unfortunately, where I'm at, I'm trying to convince people, and no offense, you're not in it unless you're offering to help me get there. Convincing you doesn't do us any good. Okay,
listen, Jack. Okay, listen.
Jack.
Hold on, Eric. Listen.
Go ahead. I'm mute.
You are the one in error here. We've told you we're willing. That dude sounds willing, and I know me. I'm willing. I'm talented. I know people. I got 80,000 subscribers now. Wait, I'm not done. I've been an activist since I was a kid. I was one of the top 20 in America. They flew me out to meet the civil rights niggas, and I've been doing it since. I'm talented, right? And I'm offering you my help. Your issue, be clear, is that I won't do it the way you want it done. And I'm saying, give me some other options. You're saying, no, if you won't talk to my family, get that son, you're not going to help me. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay, please. I'm sorry if it came through that way. That is the farthest thing. Okay?
Yeah.
It's honestly my heart, my ego, Jack's ego misses his son.
Very good, nigga. Okay? Very good. Very good. I love it. I love you. Very good.
Here's Keith.
Oh man, there was a lot of the sun in there. I get it.
The truth, though, my faith is incredible. I never thought ideas like this could work, but now I'm convinced it's the only idea that can work.
All right. I'll roll it around in my head and see what I can come up with as well. Maybe I can present some good ideas and come up with something helpful.
Well, Joe, honestly, my idea with Paul and you, brother, my idea is to try and catch the attention of greater platforms, have conversations about ending secrets, about inspiring actions in people towards improving their own world. I want to try and reach greater influences.
Both good messages.
Well, please, let's find a way to grow us, to grow this together, whatever, apart.
And you should know, Jack, that I get around and all of that shit. And I am apparently speaking the same message you do. I tell people the only way you can change others is to change yourself. And whatever the first one was, I preached that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, you get it. We're all one. Color doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. None of this shit matters.
If I can interrupt, here's what I think you don't get. I know they don't matter, and you're absolutely 100% right. However, the only way we untrick these niggas, this is my opinion and the shit that I'm working with, we have to untrick these people with the bullshit philosophy. So I see it as a tedious process, untricking these fucking idiots. And the way I do that is I learn their language. I gotta watch Fox and CNN. You know, God help me. I hate that shit, but I gotta learn their language so I can talk to these knuckleheads and explain to him that Biden ain't no better than Trump, ain't no better than Obama. I gotta go through the dance. Racism, I gotta talk about it, right? Then you know how hard that is, white motherfucker. You, as soon as you say something about it, he paid the race card, they run from the room. But I got to talk about it so we can get past it and understand that it's more about fucking finances and the big corporations and the rich against poor. I got to do all that shit. Problem is, niggas don't want to fucking talk, right? In any problem that's been solved, someone sat down somewhere, talked it through, and then they figured out a way to resolve it and get around it. These conversations are difficult though, man. Motherfuckers in that cognitive dissonance, they love the government, they fear God, they're comfortable, they fear black motherfuckers from the streets. You know, it's a hard fucking hill to climb. And if you're gonna climb it, you better have a plan, and like you're saying, you better have some good allies. You better have some time to fuck. Paul, I think, would have been a great pick. I wouldn't have assumed it would happen without work. He's strong-headed, strong-willed, strong-minded. He bends to no one, so we can be partners. But I don't run Paul. You know, Paul is, saying, I just went in there with that fucking attitude. You know, it's like wrestling a bear or something. I don't know what you expected. That nigga ain't gonna roll over easy.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just find just to, maybe this is a criticism, but your words to the UN don't really move me that much. And then maybe this is my perspective as an activist, is that when you sit down, you write a letter, or you just even journal your thoughts, write them down, whatever your thoughts may be, organize them, and then put them in a concise way in which it can move people. Instead of, I think Jack's issue is there's a lot of fluff in his language.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
John's onto something, though. He is.
I get it. I do, and I receive the suggestion with respect. Okay, and actually, John, maybe that's something we can talk about, because I haven't tried sending letters in quite a while. So maybe you and I can talk about some ideas. All right?
Not just letters. John was just talking about put your thoughts on paper, and that way you'll be able to pull them together.
Yeah, I think I got to do that too. Jack, to be honest, I need to do that too. I think this is probably why I'm a little lost too. So, I'll have to do that too. So,
my friend, this is a lesson I learned too. I do this myself. Listen to the advice you offer, because many times
I definitely do
for ourselves. But John, thank you. Is that your journal?
Yeah,
Joe.
Yeah, brother.
That's writing it out. Serious. There is some value. It's scientific.
Yes, they said that everybody, when they Think and Grow Rich, who wrote that? Napoleon Hill. And he went and talked to like Dale Carnegie and all these rich motherfuckers, and he wrote a book on what they did. They had one thing in common. All of them said, you gotta have a fucking plan. And they said, if you don't fucking say it out loud, write it down, you don't get there unless you play step, step, step. They were like, you can't be vague, nigga. Step, step, step. And if you didn't write it down, it's not going to happen. They all felt that way. All the riches, they would have been equivalent to today's billionaires.
Yep. It's sound advice. The other thing, though, that I wanted to get across, I don't know about you guys, but I feel urgency. When I think about the wars continuing, it fires me up. I want to get in front of those people who are responsible for those wars. And if they can't figure out how to end them, I'd like to help them try and figure it out.
I'm intentionally fixing to say something that piss you off a little bit here. If you can't fucking get Paul to listen to you, how are you going to get one of these guys to listen? You know, that's a shot.
Well, Joe,
Paul's a different animal. He's
expect them to be different.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't really mean to get diverted to Paul.
These are two different things. These are two different. Paul.
Let me answer this. Let me answer this because this is perfect.
Okay.
It's scriptural. Where 2 or 3 or more are gathered, there is God.
And miss some, yeah.
I mentioned it kind of as a joke, but I believe an intervention may be helpful in many, many different people in their lives. Now, we can stay off of the names on the YouTube platform for this, but in a way, what I'm hoping to do is to conduct an intervention into the mindsets of the public servants in the American government. Okay,
that's a great what is the goal, right? That's damn near the only goal. We need that. I believe in that.
We need an intervention, and I think if we humble ourselves to the possibility that God wants us to do this,
interesting,
then we'll overcome our apprehensions and we'll start finding ways to do it. Because this is what I did for myself. You asked me how I'm going to get there. Dude, I've planned out A through Z and 1 to 50 on my ideas and my plans and way things could work.
Jack, I'm going to be mad if you don't go to the UN.
No, we got to make that happen.
We got to make it happen.
At least to the state capitol. I don't think that one's going to be hard.
Even if I fail, it's at least
you just got to go there.
It'll inspire someone else to succeed.
There you go. We got to get you there, man.
Fantasy. If you're down with that shit, you know, I'm down. Even if we get there and just smoke weed and get thrown out, motherfucker, we get a shot.
Dude, wouldn't that be a cool experience, though? By the time we end our lives, wouldn't that be
I want to go to Washington, D.C., man. That's a cool... Yeah. I've never been, actually, to Washington, D.C. before.
Yeah, it's cool. I used to go to Baltimore and all places around there, and you just run over to DC. But that's when I was running the streets and hustling and shit like that. I would leave town and do activism. I was like speaking to the college in Baltimore, to colleges, professors and teachers and shit. That's what I did. I had magazines and shit, but I was still hustling the entire fucking time. And now that since I've been doing the YouTube shit, I've met so many people and shit. You know, every time I go somewhere, as soon as I enter that state, my phone's blowing up off the hook. I got people in D.C. that's been begging me to come out there. I could chase the cops. We stay with my buddy, and because his kid just moved out, perfect timing, and me and you run our goof ass over there and see what we can accomplish.
Dude, I'm loving it. I'm freaking loving it. Hey, we're coming up on an hour and a half. Let's limit this up.
I got about 40 fucking texts anyway, to be honest with you, man. Let me respond to some of this shit. It's been a blast, as it always fucking is.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Joe. Always an honor. John, thank you as well. Eric, thank you as well. I kept you kind of muted in the back for a while there. It's not intentional, but John?
Yeah, it's been good, Jack. I hope you at least consider my suggestions. I'll text you or email, whatever. But I'll definitely I'll get something going in my head. But this is good because I haven't done shit in a while, and honestly, I need to do something, man. So you're an inspiration. I'll tell you that right now. So peace out, brother.
You too, brother. Thank you. And Eric, are you still there? Or hopefully I didn't offend you.
I'm here.
Anything to wrap up?
Yeah.
Hey, Eric. Actually, Eric, I'm going to put you in the back. I'm going to call you back in a little bit, okay? You and I can talk privately. That's been comfortable. So thank you. Thank you for joining. Wait, that was rude. Eric, that was rude of me. I'm sorry. Did you have anything final to say? That was an offer I asked.
You put me back, and then I don't know what you're doing.
I know. I changed my mind, but then I recognized what I did. Eric, please. You've been patient.
That's good, man. I mean, you know, so if you're serious about the UN thing, I mean, I was living in New York, and I was involved in the Coalition for the International Criminal Court.
You still have connections?
My God, that's like 20 years ago, bro.
Well, I'm looking for connections today, man. Ways to make it happen.
Well, I'm looking at driving down. If you really want to come out this way, I'm relatively close, and you know.
All right. Hey, Eric, let's follow this up later, okay?
Yes, you can call me privately. How about
All
that?
right. Thank you,
All right.
brother. Much love. Peace.
Cheers.
Brothers and sisters, thank you for joining me. I appreciate all those who did tune in. And for the YouTube stuff, do the like, subscribe, whatever, if you like. Personally, I don't care. I mean, I do, but I don't. If you find the ideas of consciousness, ego, spirit, God, if you find those things helpful or inspiring, please share it. You know, if you do know someone, if you know someone who's struggling, maybe they've withdrawn a little bit, man, there's new moon energies and all sorts of stuff going on. There's a lot of emotions people are dealing with. So be kind, be caring, maybe reach out to those you haven't talked to in a while. Just say hi. You know, it might make you feel good, and it might really, really do something good for someone else. So that's why we're here, to discover the spirit within you, to share the love that you can find within, and to share your faith, your blessings through the world and change the world in which you live. So once again, for all those in chat, tuning in now and at a later time, those who came to the panel and participated, thank you. Thank you, guys. Much love. Peace for everyone. Choose love and live without fear.